Namaskar. Welcome to Ancient Wisdom. Sri Lanka and Bali, or Bali's kingdom. What's the connection? That is what we will see today. We all know that Sri Lanka is in very deep crisis. The president had to run away because of agitations. The prices have gone through the roof. And people are jobless. A new government is likely to take over very soon. What went wrong? It used to be called as the Emerald of Asia. Huge exporter of tea and coffee. A tourist attractive country. It had a lot of terrorist problem, but that was few years ago. That problem was sorted out. So now, what went wrong? Basically, three reasons. One was having very large infrastructure projects, which were so large that they are yet to start giving any results. And in the short term, they made everybody happy with the salary bills increasing, the requirement for goods, and so on. The next reason for this crisis was the epidemic or pandemic as it is called. Sri Lanka being a tourist country and a tourist flow reduced to zero during the pandemic, and it was hit very hard. But neither of these two did bring that country to its knees. It is a man-made crisis. And how did the man-made crisis happen? They try to make everyone happy. How? Many ways. One, they reduced the GST to 8% overall from 15%. So the things became cheaper. Goods of day-to-day work or day-to-day consumption became cheaper. People were happy. Then they reduced the income tax slab or income tax rate to 15%. Again, the middle class was happy. They increased the income tax slab from 5 lakhs to 30 lakhs per annum. Most of the people, income tax payers, were happy because very few were above 30 lakhs. At 30 lakhs slab, they reduced the tax rate to 15% maximum. So all that you had to do was pay 15% tax, which in India or any other country is between 30% to 45%. So even rich people were happy. Corporate tax was reduced. So corporates were happy. Taxes on religious institutions were scrapped. Religious institutions and their followers are happy. Minimum wages were raised to 1000 rupees per day. Laborers are happy or poor people are happy. Taxes on pension and retirement benefits were reduced or scrapped. So retired people are happy. VAT on home purchase or home purchase loans was scrapped. So young people are happy. And in this way, everybody, every part of the society, every sector of the society was addressed in one way or the other, or received benefits one way or the other. And everybody was happy. But they failed to understand who's going to pay for all this. Everybody is getting money in their hand, but somebody should work for it. And there was nobody working for it. The government was paying for it. And how much can the government pay? Government can only borrow and pay, or whatever is the income it has from the country, it can utilize it for the payment. And because the benefits were so drastic, so big, so huge, so enormous, the income fell way short and the crisis happened. But what does this crisis have to do with Bali's kingdom? Bali's kingdom we read in the Purana. The Bali was a very benevolent Asur king, Asura Raja, and he went on doing yajna after yajna, and he was accumulating punya. And in his kingdom, nobody slept on empty stomach. Everybody got what they wanted or what he wanted. At the end of the yajna, Bali would distribute all his wealth, and he would give to each person who came to him, each yachak, whatever the yachak wanted. And people got money, people got gold, people got grains, people got food, or people got land. Everyone was happy. But here is the problem. Everyone was happy and he did not have to do, or none of them had to do anything for getting what they had. They did not need to work hard for their daily bread. They did not have to work hard for putting food on the table. And as a result of which, the social fabric started withering. The social interdependency reduced. If an electrician is going to get food at his home and money in his pocket or money in his bank account, why should you go from home to home making electrical wiring? No need. And this was exactly what was happening, that the social fabric was withering, social order was getting destroyed, and in course of time the effects would be seen. And this was the reason Vaman Avatar took place, or Bhagavan Vishnu came down as Vaman, and Bali was rewarded for his punya. But the social order was restored by removing Bali from his kingdom. We have done an entire video on this. But this was the crux, that Bali had to be removed if the social order, if the society was to be preserved. And you see, this is exactly what is happening in Sri Lanka today, and this is exactly what their citizens have demanded. So this is the connection between the Sri Lanka crisis and Bali's kingdom. And that is why there is nothing called as free lunch in the world. You got to work, and you got to work for the food on your table or the cloth on your back. As it is said in Zen, the day I don't work, life is wasted. So that is ancient wisdom. Namaskar.